This episode is brought to you today by Carolyn Streckman. Carolyn isn't just here to listen. Oh no. Carolyn is here to be heard. She applies her real-world experience to situations from the Sort of True series, giving herself, and more recently us, a fresh new perspective on characters that we love. Thank you, Carolyn, for taking the time to reach out to us with your thoughtful insight, and also thank you for going to patreon.com/podcastatt and making a pledge. We really appreciate it. On with the show.
Onward! Welcome to the Sort of Truth podcast, the alcohol-fueled chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sort of Truth series with a small case of craft brew on the side. I'm Jade.
And I'm Nate, and on this episode we are questioning Chapter 10 of Blood of the Fold. Like you, Jade, where were you before we started this podcast?
Here. At home.
You got a receipt for that?
I have receipts for nothing, because I've been at home in isolation.
A likely story. I see you got a beer in your hand. Are you in any condition to podcast?
I think I would need a lot more to be, in condition for how I like to be when I podcast, anyways. Maybe not how everybody else wants me to be.
When you find the sweet spot.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll make you a deal. You split half of that beer with me, and I'll just give you a warning this time.
Okay, I guess I can do that.
Fair.
All right.
All right, well, let's get down to business. This chapter starts with Brogan and Lunetta. They are spending the day questioning witnesses.
Fun!
Yeah, super fun. You see that on movies and TV, and it's like, that's a high-stress day, right?
Yeah, I feel like it. I always like watching those, though.
Oh, yeah, they're interesting. I mean, maybe I'm thinking more about, a possible criminal that you're interrogating, kind of. But even this is just tell me what I need to know, please, now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a long day for anybody all day. Yeah.
All day.
Well, and part of it isn't even just the questioning. A lot of it is making them wait. And you have to wait to make them wait.
Oh, yeah. You just want to get on with it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we gotta psych them out first a little bit. So Lunetta, because of her magic, knows that the witnesses believe what they're saying is true. But Brogan, he already knows, quote unquote, that it isn't. So he's not in a great mood.
Right.
Which I'm sure makes dealing with the public a wonderful experience all the way around.
Yeah. And it makes it clear that he's not mad because he's being lied to, because these people aren't trying to lie to him. They actually believe what they're saying. He's just mad because nobody has come forward that is knowingly lying to him.
They're too dumb to know they're lying.
Yeah.
Not really dumb.
Well, yeah,
they're just, they're unaware because they've been tricked.
Yes.
Hey. So the whole city is in an uproar while he's doing this interrogation thing. And Brogan doesn't know why, but he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
He's already in a pissed off mood, so anything that goes against his nice day is just going to tick him off.
And he only really likes when people are bothered when it's, because of him and his people.
Oh, yeah.
He wants to be in control of the chaos, you know?
If I wreck your day, it's fine. If you wreck my day, it's the worst thing that's ever happened. Well, Galtero has been gone all day after being sent to find out what's going on. He's been gone all day. He should have been back by now, so he's annoyed. I would not like to be the next witness.
No.
The guy's having a bad time.
But it says despite that, he does put a smile on his face, because you can't show the... What is it? I don't remember what he says, but you can't show him your fangs.
Yeah, when you're going for prey.
Yeah.
You don't want him to know that you're out to get them. So he's putting on this super friendly front. Hey, how you doing? Would you like water? We put cucumber in it.
I feel like unless he's a really good actor, though, you can see through that with most people, right? When people are, seething and they're like, hi!
I mean, I don't know. I think this guy is kind of psychopathic, right? We talked about that already.
Oh,
He's definitely unhinged. So I think when he has a want to do something, when he's motivated to give you that big $1 million smile and lie to you and get you to give him some information, I think he can pull it off fine. I think he's still very intimidating. I don't think he's trying to hide that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, all of the pressure that they're applying to you in an interrogation situation is on purpose, but I think he's trying to be good cop for a second.
Well, also, I suppose he's not intimidating by himself. He's intimidating because of who he is.
Right, because of what he represents.
I suppose he could come off as, like, a kinder person because he is kind of small. So you're, like, underestimating him. You
go in expecting to talk to the blood of the fold. It's going to be awful. I might be fucking tortured. Who knows?
Yeah.
And then you meet this guy who's like, hey,
a little
come on,
dude.
sit down. You want to smoke? We also got menthols. Don't even worry about it. Play a little Xbox before we get down to business? What's up? Smoke a J? Want a beer? We'd be friends.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I would be okay with that.
Hey, I thought you were an asshole, but you're okay. So the next witness, a woman, is brought in, and she is pretty defiant about most of what's going on. She doesn't really want to talk, and he knows this. She says they have no right to question her, and that the blood, that's the blood of the fold, acts on rumor.
Yeah, as long as they get somebody in the grave, they don't give a shit if it's on a rumor.
Right. It's like we talked about this before, too. Oh, my gosh, the Salem witch trials.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it really didn't matter because, hey, newsflash, witches aren't real. But they killed so many people just to prove their point. Like, hey, they were bad, and we killed them, so now you don't got to worry about it.
And hey, surprise, if you are a witch, we're going to kill you more.
Right.
So you're really screwed either way.
We're going to kill you more. I'm going to kill you twice. Maybe 3 times. I don't know. Depends how good you are. But she finally agrees to answer some questions if it'll help get her home. Remember, because she's not afraid of being tortured to death because he's been super friendly.
Yeah.
When asked if the council spoke against the creator, which is a big no-no, right, for him, especially being like a heavy religious guy that he is, she tells him they're dead, so it doesn't really matter.
It was very blunt. She was like, they're fucking dead. Why do you care?
What is it even? They already got punished for what they said. And then, she fills him in on the insurrection that's happened, how Nicobarese was a part of all of it, and how bad the Imperial Order are. Basically, all the things that he stands for.
Yeah, she kind of reads him.
Now, I know
right away.
The blood isn't necessarily all about the Order, but, like, they can work in tandem with them and kind of not get in each other's ways.
Well, we know this guy, Brogan, who runs the blood, is all in for Imperial Order. He's like, I agree with all of their fucking policies.
Right.
We are great. We are totally on the same page. Now, he's not presenting it that way to other people because he's just trying to, like, we are the blood, we're separate. I don't know what's going on.
We're our own thing.
I have no idea what the Imperial Order is.
You come in without bias so that people will tell you their honest opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I think that's all it is. Like they do subscribe to it, but they are separate, but right now they're kind of throwing their lot in with it. But he's not going to advertise that to these people.
Right. So it's like they're underneath the Order in the way that it's like the government of the place they come from, but they're not like government workers.
Right.
They're like religious bounty hunters?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I'm good with it. So Brogan, knowing that, like, well, she's got a point, he blames the old king. Look, after he died, I got my guys and I came here right away, just trying to find the quote-unquote truth and help the Midlands. I'm the good guy here. Yeah, I worked for the bad guy, but, like, really, I'm okay.
Yeah, that's the way he's trying to, like, refute everything that she's saying,
right.
Kind of. Like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe my homeland did do that. Maybe the Imperial Order are bad. I didn't know that. I just showed up here, man, okay? I'm the hero.
I was literally born last night, lady. I have no biases at all.
Innocent babe here to save everybody.
Spreezus. Sorry. Brogan asks about the mother confessor and makes this woman confirm Kaylin died very clearly a few times.
Yeah, he pretty much, like, she doesn't try to say it at first. She kind of, like, dances around it a little bit. She's like, yeah, I saw her beheaded. And then he asks if she died, and at first
like, good, so she's dead.
Yeah, she kind of sidesteps the question, and then he, like, brings it back around a couple times. So she literally has to say, the mother confessor is dead.
Yeah. And it's funny because it lends to a question that comes up a little bit later that I think you and me both have decidedly agreed does not need to be gone over. When you talk about somebody's head getting cut off, like you wouldn't go on to say, and so she's dead. Like,
Yeah.
well, I just told you her head got cut off.
I saw her head off of her body.
Yeah, for even a second. Turns out that's really bad for you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty sure she's dead.
You know how it's really bad for you to go, like, a minute without oxygen? It turns out it's, like, super bad for you to go, like, 10 seconds without a head.
Yeah, even just... I thought you were going to talk about oxygen more, and I was like, oh, yeah, missing a head. That's bad, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they can sew that back on. Then he specifically asks about a few directions he had heard that the mother confessor had run in, and she denies each. Like, no, she didn't run away because, again, like I told you, her head was cut off. Chickens do that, maybe for a few seconds. People do not. Once the head comes off, they stay pretty still.
I get what he was doing here. He was like, did she go towards Kelton? Did she go southwest? Did she go into the sky? That way she has to answer specifically each time. But I feel like if I were her, I'd be like, she didn't run anywhere, bitch. Just like you said. She has no head. Like, after the first time he started talking about directions, I'd be like, all of the rumors you heard about running are false.
About running. She reveals the reason that she hates the Order so much is because she is old Sandy No Nails.
Ah!
That was great note, Sandy No Nails. For a second, I was like, wait, who is... Oh, I know.
You know who
I
she
know.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was her from the second that she started talking. Like, she started talking about how she saw the people die, but she didn't see how they died. Like, she was trying to save Richard a little bit there, too.
Right.
Like, I was like, no, this is Sanderholt. And then, yeah, it's that bitch.
Definitely. It's that bitch. Yeah, Mistress Sanderholt. That's who it is.
Yes.
She makes a final jab about the Order, making her say black was white and white was black, just like the blood does before Brogan dismisses her. So
Burn.
She's talking shit about the Fold, and he's like, hey, you're gone, which is surprising. You wouldn't think a lot of people who talk shit to this guy end up being able to leave of their own free will, but...
Well, he does say, like, hey, rumors are rumors, you shouldn't listen to them either. So, like, he tries to kind of change her mind about it, but she seems pretty set in her what she believes. She's not going to go out into the street and be like, the blood's fine, guys.
Right. He had like a solid 10-second too late comeback.
Yeah.
Like, well, you either.
Yeah. Ah!
So now what? Lunetta tells him after she leaves that the woman has lied to him twice. First, when saying that Kaylin is dead, and second, that she did not flee southwest. Lunetta says that the rest was true, though. It was all true about the seditious pretenders, the Imperial Order, being evil, and that her fingernails were torn off and that the blood works based on rumors. All of that's legit, according to Lunetta.
Yeah.
Which Brogan is not fucking happy about.
Well, and it seems like Lunetta points this out because not only is it bad shit about, like, what they believe and about them specifically, but I think it's also because of the fact that she did lie twice, almost makes the other stuff more true.
Oh, yeah. These are the things we can point out for sure were not real, but that means literally everything else definitely is true. And they were also things that he was upset about to begin with.
Yeah.
So all the shit she was trying to say that he was dismissing, real.
Yeah. It is interesting the way that Brogan is always just like, Lunetta, you better stop being insolent with me. I can't believe that you gave me your opinion based on things that you are fucking experiencing in your real life here. Just, you better shut up.
Like, look, I know you're the expert, but I want you to dumb it way, way down for me and then tell me the wrong thing on purpose to make me feel better.
Yeah.
That's what your job is as an expert.
Yeah. And I get that she's like below him, right? In his mind, she's evil, she's terrible, she's down here. But like, you're trusting her to give you information about stuff. You're putting her in a position of trust of some kind. So maybe trust a little bit more than just the one thing you want to hear.
Right. She's yeah, exactly. She's there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So use that reason.
Yeah. Fucking use everything for, maybe be a little nicer, and then you'd get even more out of her.
Most likely.
Yeah.
He gives her pretties.
He regrets giving her the pretty, though.